tracking some of the new earthquakes for you. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields, and thank you for taking the time to subscribe to this channel. Now, what's going on here is an earthquake cluster. Earthquake clusters are typical. They're generally smaller quakes. Sometimes, though, you can get bigger ones out of them. It's really hard to tell if we're going to get a big one anytime soon, but know that I'm watching that. I keep an eye on all of the seismic activity. Let me show you what's going on right now where we've had some more of the way of some significant quakes. Here we are. We swing back toward Haiti, over toward the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, U.S., British Virgin Islands, Antigua, Barbuda, down through Guadeloupe. This is where we have a new earthquake cluster, which again, that part is typical, but with that said, nothing really with the earth and the atmosphere is ever really feels truly typical. I am watching for signs of some bigger earthquakes, but not that we're necessarily going to have that. Forecasting those is almost impossible, but that's why I'm here to kind of keep an eye on that. So here we are in the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico right here. Here's the new cluster. A week ago, we had a cluster near the British and U.S. Virgin Islands in just north of Puerto Rico. Not as much now, but here's that cluster of quakes. These lines in here, those are some of the fault lines. I want to show you what those mean as far as they relate to seismic activity and tsunamis in just a second. But yesterday, we had one of the more significant quakes that overnight, it woke some of us up. I was watching your comments, so thank you for that. And thank you for, if you have any shaking, thank you for leaving your location, kind of what you're feeling out there. But we did have yesterday, really a night ago, an earthquake. It was just after midnight, so Tuesday, February 25th, of 5.8 in magnitude. And that's on the more significant side. So that's why even though some of us were sleeping in parts of Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic, we did feel the shaking, no damage, no tsunami threat out of that. Now, I mentioned the lines here. These are the different faults where you have plates, pieces of the earth, tectonic plates that come together. And along those, that's where you typically have some of the activity. So there's different faults. They get names. Well, what do these mean? Well, these are the plate boundaries, and they're very important. There's a divergent plate boundary. That's where pieces of the earth can move away. The convergent ones, that's where they move together, and as they hit together, sometimes they rise. These types are more likely, if they occur around water, to cause a tsunami threat. The convergent ones, that makes sense, because as they come together, a piece goes up or down, and you get more of that action. Now, the transform plate boundary, that's more of the slide, pieces that slide past each other. Now, I bring that up because earlier this month, Saturday, February 8th, we did have a 7.6 in magnitude quake. That is a large quake. That was near the Cayman Islands, back through Honduras. Many of us felt this one, but this one was more of that slide, right? Sliding past each other. That's one of the reasons we didn't have a tsunami out of this. It wasn't that up or down action where things collide and something moves up. It's more of that sliding action. So that part of that was fortunate. But this area has been active just a couple days ago on Monday, same spot of 5.4 in magnitude. So we have the cluster near Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic, but still watching this spot in the Western Caribbean where we've seen some of that extra activity. Now let's track some storm systems on the flip side of things. A big storm system rolling out of Bermuda, heavy rain, parts of Florida and the Bahamas a day or two ago, but moving right up to the Atlantic region of Canada. We've had some bigger systems approaching the western parts of the United States and Canada and just kind of rolling across all north of the Caribbean. But here's the tail end of that front today. That'll give us a couple showers in Jamaica and even Haiti today. So a couple of those spotty showers will be around. Let me start here, show you kind of what we've got going on with the setup. Then I'll expand out. But you can see here again the tail end of the front. So some hit or miss showers right through Jamaica, Haiti, the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico. Now as we get back through Barbados, St. Lucia, St. Vincent the Grenadines, Trinidad, Grenada, we may get a few spotty showers, but it's few and far between. the rain chance just isn't very high. You can see Antigua, Barbuda, maybe Anguilla, Dominica, a couple showers tomorrow. Panama, we could get a couple over toward Costa Rica, but rain chance not very high. That energy to the north kind of moves away. And then as we work our way into Friday, you see the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Anguilla, St. Kitts and Nevis, a few spotty showers, and then still a couple Panama, Costa Rica, but a few more Belize, Honduras, and Nicaragua, looking at some spotty showers through the end of the week. Now, here's the bigger picture. That storm system lifting up to the Atlantic region of Canada. This is today, again, that front dipping all the way down, and that's why just the tail end of it, parts of Cuba, Jamaica, a couple spotty showers, maybe one or two in the Cayman Islands. Here's that system near the Great Lakes, and a couple more systems moving in. These, though, staying on the north side of the United States for the most part, north of the Caribbean, and you see here, this is by the time we get into tomorrow, another front moving in. I'll zoom down on this for parts of Canada and New England in just a second. Hang with me. But you see just an easterly flow rolling across the Caribbean. Let's go out in time further. This here is by Friday. One system starts to work across. Bermuda could clip by with a couple showers. And then a new one, Ontario, over toward Quebec, the Great Lakes, parts of Michigan, mix of rain and snow in spots. So these systems coming out of the west coast of the United States just kind of work across. And you see here as we get into the weekend, that moves into New England. And then that front stretches down. But with that said, not a lot of energy near the Caribbean. And then as we work our way into next week, we'll be watching more of these systems that'll dive a little bit more to the south. So we'll keep an eye on that as we get into next week. So back to today. Later today, it's been active, of course, coming out of Bermuda with this rain, and then up toward parts of Newfoundland in particular. Snow on the backside of this, and then some heavy rain. That works away. And then you see here, by tomorrow in New England, and then pushing over toward New Brunswick and Prince Edward Island, some snow, northern New England, rain stretching back toward the mid-Atlantic, and then by the time we get into Friday, that works across over toward Newfoundland again, and then watching another round just like we just saw with some snow, parts of Wisconsin over toward Michigan, coming across the Great Lakes as we head into our Friday. Now, as the seas go, Bermuda north, very high into the North Atlantic with that area that's up toward eastern Canada. Elsewhere, the Gulf and Caribbean, not too much. Okay, the next 2 days. This here is tomorrow. You see brighter colors not really showing up. As we get toward the end of the week and the weekend, though, keeping an eye on the Atlantic passageways coming out of the eastern Caribbean. It'll get a little choppier, but overall nothing too crazy. This here is by the time we get into Saturday. So some better news the next few days for some of us on the seas. Now, we could see a couple of these leftover showers around southern Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, Haiti, the DR, over toward Jamaica. But as far as rain totals go, they're not going to be on the high side. So you may catch a couple showers, but we are not looking at any significant totals. Puerto Rico, U.S., British Virgin Islands, same thing. And you see as we swing down toward St. Vincent, the Grenadines, and Grenada, mainly on the dry side. The rain chance not too high. Same thing, Guyana and Suriname. Some of that rain has cut off. Little shift in the pattern. Could get a bit more. Some spots could get a few spots. 50 millimeters of rain or 2 inches of rain. Parts of Costa Rica and Panama, then scattered elsewhere. But Mexico City right up through Texas, mainly on the dry side over the next few days. Now, Jamaica, we're not looking at any washout, but some scattered showers will be possible. So keep me posted. We're going to see a few showers around at times the next couple days. Let me know your location and if you get showers. We work our way to the Cayman Islands. Rain chance tomorrow and Friday, only 20%. And we stay on the low side. Trinidad and Tobago, it's low. It's low in Barbados. If it's a shower, it's a passing shower. Could get about a 40% chance in St. Lucia by Friday. You see just that 20% chance today in Grenada. So mainly dry today and really over the next few days. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Martinique, rain chance holding at 30%, 20 to 30% chance in Dominique, about a 40% chance by Friday. And you see as we get toward Guadeloupe, a little bit higher. Tomorrow and Friday, rain chance at 40%. 20 to 30% chance Antigua, Barbuda, 30% chance holding St. Kitts, Nevis, and Montserrat, 20% chance the next couple of days Anguilla and St. Bart's. Lots of sunshine around St. Martin, Saba, Statia. Overall looking good. 30% chance today in Puerto Rico, about a 40% chance on Friday. No washout. Same thing U.S. and British Virgin Islands with that front clipping by. About a 40% chance for today. Tortola over towards St. Croix. Bahamas, mainly southern Bahamas, chance of a couple showers today. And as you get back toward the Turks and Caicos, about a 30 to 40% chance. Holding at a 40% chance of some scattered showers the next couple of days in the Dominican Republic and even Haiti. A chance of isolated, maybe a few scattered showers around. Watching that. Belize, our rain chance is not too high, but a few showers could pass by. Maybe one or two. Aruba and Curacao, just with that easterly breeze over toward Bonaire. And then you see the rain chance, Guyana and Suriname. The next 3 days on the low side, just a 20% chance tomorrow and Friday. Same thing as we work our way back toward Cuba. Best chance of a shower would be the eastern end. See some spotty showers possible. Parts of Costa Rica and Panama. Nicaragua, a little bit higher as we work our way into Friday, and just isolated the next couple of days in Honduras, up to a 50% chance on Friday. Guatemala and El Salvador, 30% chance of rain. We swing back toward Mexico City, mainly dry the next 2 days. Rain chance just 20%. Merida, Campeche, Cozumel, Cancun. Northern Colombia, though, it's about 40%. Some scattered showers around, isolated in northern Venezuela. And Bermuda, just keeping an eye on some of these fronts rolling in from the United States that could clip us by with a few showers every now and then. So, watching that earthquake cluster, that new one, know that I'm monitoring that. So, thank you for passing along some of the information. Spotty showers on the move, heavy weather in eastern Canada as we work our way through the day today with that system. I was highlighting the winds in that as well in yesterday's video. Got you covered there. And then tracking new fronts that are up to the north, but they'll start to dive down a little bit more as we work our way into next week. So I'll be watching that with you together. So thank you for joining me and have a great rest of your day.